Sandy, you in here? Yeah, I'm here. Oh, what's all this then? Oh, it's my needle felting stash. Really? Oh, that's so exciting. Let's see what you made then. Well, actually, I haven't made anything yet. But look all the stuff you've got. You must have spent a fortune. I didn't want to check really. Just makes me feel worse. Can you relate? I know there's loads of people that can, but don't worry. I'm going to try and give you a little bit of confidence. If you can relate, then this may seem extreme, but it's actually not that extreme. You have probably got a big stash of wool, kits, not to mention all the tools, everything you could possibly need to start your own needle felting shop in some cases. Basically all the needle felting gear, but no idea. And there's a reason you haven't, and I know and I get it, and I'm going to try and make you feel better about it. Let's just push all of these out of the way. And like magic, they're all gone. Now let's breathe easy. Now the reason I started with that was because I was talking to a friend the other day, and if you are a confident needle felter and you've made loads of things, and this is not the video for you, this is for you if you are really, really nervous about starting needle felting. You've got all the needle felting gear. But a really dear friend I was talking to the other day, who started with one of my needle felting kits years ago, said that she actually spent 3 months just sort of wandering around and glancing at it before she even attempted it. 3 months it took her every day looking at it. And I know she won't mind me saying this. And it's all about trying to get into a different mindset rather than that fear of failure mindset. It's getting into a new challenge mindset, because you wouldn't expect to start anything new and be really good at it. If you started at a new job, would you expect to know how all the computers and the systems or the tills or whatever it is, would you expect to understand all of that within 1 day, a week, 2 weeks? Of course you wouldn't. Why put that pressure on yourself when it comes to crafts and working with your hands and learning new skills and just having an amazing time? Let's change the mindset. And then here's another thing. You've seen amazing projects, maybe something similar to this, but you haven't even made that. That is not what you need to start with. Please don't overwhelm yourself. You've overwhelmed yourself. You've kept buying, you've kept stashing them, but it's up here that is stopping you from starting. That is what I am going to focus on today. I'm going to tell you simply the things that you do need to start needle felting, and at least 2 of those things are free, and how to really get into the mindset that's going to allow you to flourish and become confident crafter. Now we have to split it into 2 sections. The one is the making and the one is the end result. And one does not necessarily relate to the other, because for me, the important thing is making and doing something and focusing them. With that in mind, I'm going to talk to you about what I think you need to start needle felting and how you can maybe overcome some of those obstacles that you're actually putting in your own way, and how you need to allow yourself to be a beginner. So let's get started. Let's talk about probably the most important thing you need to start needle felting that doesn't cost you a penny, and that is just a little bit of enthusiasm and time. Some projects you can do in 15, 20, 30 minutes, an hour, a couple of hours. Some projects will take longer. If you haven't got a lot of patience, then pick the shorter projects. That's my first bit of advice. Enthusiasm, you're already 2/3 of the way there. If you are enthusiastic, then the job is almost done. You've just got to pick up the stuff and learn. Now, what you actually need is a real willingness to start as a beginner. We all started as beginners. Believe you me, I started off making cookie cutter brooches, just round brooches with wool. That was it. And then I maybe had a little heart and then maybe a bit of embellishment. And as it went on, my confidence grew, and then I got into 3-dimensional stuff. You can start straight with the 3D stuff. These are beginner projects. That's a new tutorial that I've just done for beginners. No wires, really easy. Forget the wires. If you're really nervous, don't think about wires or armatures or anything like that, because it will really can really knock your confidence when you start that way. Absolutely progress onto wires, but that can come later. Learn the basic shapes first. These haven't got any wires. These are just really simple basic shapes that look absolutely amazing when they are put together. I've seen so many people selling this kind of thing and they just sell like hotcakes. Or like I said, you've seen something like this, but you've not even made that. You need to start to understand your wool and your felting needles, and it's a really quick learning process. Here we go. What to start with? Well, I do advise a kit. I always have, and I don't sell my own kits anymore, but I still advise you start with a kit if you just want to step in and see if you enjoy it as a craft. But the important thing is you buy a good kit. The cheap £3 kits from Temu are not going to cut it, I'm afraid. The wool, if it is wool, is really poor. They may be £3, but it depends on the experience you want. If you really, really want to enjoy this craft, then support a local shop or a local online shop and buy their handmade kits. These are the people that know about needle felting. They know the wool that should go in your kits. They know the needles that are going to work for that project. They're going to make really good sets of instructions for you. There may even be a video tutorial as well. But try and support a bona fide needle felting business, because that is where you're going to get your information from. If you have any questions, they will always be really willing to answer them. Start with a kit. If you don't want to start with a kit, by the way, that will have in it, it will have wool, it will have a felting pad, it will have the needles, and it should have instructions, really decent laid out instructions step by step. But if you don't want to start with a kit, or you already have a wool stash, that's fine as well. How many patterns have you downloaded? How many needle felting patterns have you actually downloaded? And how many have you actually made? If the answer is none, then stop buying. You have got enough to get started with, because what you're doing now is you're overwhelming yourself. So what do you need? You need a little bit of wool, not much. This is carded wool, great for beginners to start with. If you get a really nice coarse wool top, this is a Grey Jacob, that's really good as well. Merino, not great for building shapes, it's good for top coats, but you want a really good, strong, coarse wool for the centre of your project. And you may not put a different top coat on. This entire piece is all Shetland. I think this is a Shetland carded wool, and I did one with a Shetland wool top as well. Both exactly the same results. Really good, because it's a nice coarse wool. It's a good coarse wool top, and it's lovely as a carded wool. And there was no need, because it's only small, there's no need for an extra wool. Core wool is just what you use for the centre, the base of your project, and you may not use another wool. Again, I've put some little details just with some really small wisps of white carded wool just for details, and I've added a cute little ruffle, and it just transforms it. This is parsley hair, by the way. That's another video tutorial. I will put all the links underneath the description, so that if you want to go and have a look at tutorials, needle felting businesses where you can buy all your stuff, then they'll all be down below. I'm not sponsored, not affiliated to them. It's just the shops that I like and have built up confidence in over the last sort of decade and a bit of my needle felting experience. So go down into the description and all the links will be there. And there's also a link for my blog, which is filled with free stuff for you just to enjoy and make the most of. And it's got a beginners section, so beginners start here and it will walk you through step by step. Order your wool, carded or a really good coarse wool top. But if you're going to order the carded. And if you're going for the woodland sort of animals themes, which a lot of people love, then you go for your natural wools. Now mats, if you have a kit, you'll probably get something like this in the kit, and it's a foam mat. You may have also bought a foam mat, but other mats that are available will be the 100% wool mats. These are lovely for felting on. You may have a brush that I don't use, I have to say. Not that it's no good, it's just I've never really got on with it. And also it doesn't do everything. I want a good all-rounder. So you've got this wool mat here, you can flat felt on that. And always my top tip for your mats is put a topper on. It will extend the life of your mats, especially these foam mats. They will last 10, 15, 20 times as long if you use a topper, so it's much more ecologically friendly. And that is a 100% wool topper. You can use a blend as well, that's fine, or some, I don't know, an old cotton tea towel, a bit of linen, even some really thin Hessian will do, but always try and use a topper of some sort. My favourite all-round mat is my trusty Hessian rice-filled mat, and this one is two-sided, so I've got wool on one side and Hessian on the other. And the reason I love this mat is because if you do decide that this is your hobby, your craft, your art, then this is something that you can use all the multi-tools on. And you can also do that with the wool mat. With a foam mat, it tends to bounce. For a good all-rounder, I like this, but people who've been needle felting a while, they tend to have a selection of mats. And if you're doing a flat felted picture, a big flat piece of foam is the best thing. And then needles, what do you need? 2 needles to start with. A 30, all right, let's go 3 at the most. A 36, which is good for starting your projects. 38, good all-rounder. You can do a project from start to finish with a 38 needle if you don't break it, but always have spares. Because you can't just pop down to a shop and get felting needles, always make sure that you've got extra felting needles. And then maybe a 40 needles. So needles, the higher the number, the finer the needles. 36 will be a coarse, a 38 will be a medium coarse, and a 40 will be a fine. I love the 38 star. I think I used to put it on all my kits because it's just such a brilliant all-round needle. So if you just want to buy one needle or a few needles, get the 38, the 36 and the 40 if you want to, but you don't need them. So those are my tips on mats. Again, I'll put links below. Ask me anything in the comments. Is this resonating with you? Is this you? Is any element of this you? Have you got a kit? Have you got some wool? Have you had it there for ages? Are you struggling to get started? Let me know what you're struggling with and I will help and guide you towards resources. And there's so many free resources that are available and I know will help you. I know it will help you and I know you will be able to start needle felting. I've taught thousands of people through my kits and also through my in-person workshops, and I've seen people walk into workshops apologising. And I had this conversation with Karen from Celestine in the Hair the other day. People come in and say, apologising for not being able to make anything because they've never done anything before. And then they leave the workshop and they've got this beautiful creation, something like this, in their hands that they've made in a few hours, and they are absolutely thrilled to bits. And a lot of these people then go on to needle felt for years and years and are still doing it. That's a real joy. So you've got your kit, or you've got your stash, you've got a mat, you've got a little bit of wool. That takes about 25-30 grams of wool to make that. That will give you an idea of what you need. That's about 15-20 grams maybe. That's what you're looking at. Your carded wool is your shorter fibres, brushed in different directions, come apart really easily. And the wool tops, much longer fibres in a straight line. And as you can see, the fibres are much longer. And wool tops are brilliant for top coats as well on animals. So if you're making like the Highland cow here, something like that with a top coat, same with the tail maybe for the fox. Those wool tops are brilliant, but if you get a really good coarse one, you can use that for the entire piece. What you don't need is lots of tools. You don't need one of these to start with. You don't need that. You don't need 30 needles. You don't need extra tools. You just need a small amount of wool, 1 mat, 2 needles, a topper, a bit of enthusiasm, a willingness to allow yourself to be a beginner, and then you are ready to start needle felting. What's stopping you? Just do it. Honestly, you've got everything to gain from doing it and nothing to lose. You can do this. I know you can. And if you need any help, please ask me in the comments, and please support the channel and give it a big thumbs up and subscribe, because it makes all the difference and helps me keep putting out the content that I love to make for you. Thanks very much.